focus on this stuff. Oh, we're going to focus on this stuff, and then that way we can learn something, move on. And if there's questions, put that into the chat. Troy will monitor that for me and interrupt me as needed. So don't start talking, because then I will um, be upset, because I want to get you guys through this. All right, number one, and I guess I need to share my screen. Share screen. Here you go. I want to go over the weekly notes as far as on if there are any questions on what I first sent out. Once again, put that into the chat. And then Troy, as I get to the next topic, then stop me before I go to the next one. But as I say every week, double check your schedules. Schools are making changes left and right. I still have rookies that don't understand or don't know if they're going to continue to work or not. There are some rookies that are already excelling. And I'm telling you guys will probably get a varsity game before you know it. Just keep working hard. Have the people that you're working with um, put in a good word to me, because unless I find out, then you're just another wallflower, and I don't need that. Drones. I got clarification as far as on drones. If they had drones in the stadium, we don't really care until we take official jurisdiction on the field, which is 30 minutes before the game time. Once we step on, no drones within the stadium, inside the stadium at all. If they have a drone and it's outside the stadium, I'm not talking about on the track, I'm talking about outside the stadium, then they can do that at their own risk. And we don't look at that. That's something else. Like if there's a fight going on out in the parking lot, we don't care about that either. So think of it that way. But if there's a drone within the stadium, we stop the game, tell both teams we're not playing until that's out of here, and then we move on. We have a couple of issues where on timeouts, when those teams going in to score and it's very intense, and it could be a hurry up offense, maybe not, but we're focused on the game, and all of a sudden a coach is trying to get our attention to call a timeout, and we do allow for a coach to come running down the sideline to get our attention to call a timeout. We had a situation this past week where a coach is trying to get a hold of the official to call timeout, and the official said, "I'm not granting you a timeout. You're outside the team box." And I was kind of stunned. I heard who the official was, and I thought, "Yep, I can see him saying that." So I need for us to be on the same page, and I will go back to that official just to make sure that he's aware as well that we do for the just for timeouts. Let him leave that coach's box to get our attention for a timeout only. If he leaves that box to yell at us, wants to question a call, anything like that, now he's outside the team box, and you got to do what you got to do.
Hey, you have a quick question here.
Sure.
Uh, are you planning to assign rookies to some games with their mentors?
A lot of it is hard, because when I sent this back to the people who put together the mentors, and when you have a person that's living in Yorba Belinda and the mentee is living in Mission Viejo, who's going to drive? So it's kind of hard, but just so you know that I'm not forgetting you guys. There's some people that I consider really good mentors that haven't signed up. So I would tell you that if you're going to keep that mentor that's on paper, that's fine to be able to pick a person's brain. But as far as on when we have those situations, I'm putting the rookies with a pair of officials for 2 games in a row, letting them get acclimated with one way of doing things. Then I'm trying to move them to another pair of officials, have them go for a couple of weeks, and so on. So that way they get some consistency by the second week to see what's going on. Each official is a little bit different, as we all know. And like I tell, like all of you, when you first start, you're just a raw piece of meat. Everybody's going to try to season you with their seasons. You kind of taste what you like and what you don't like, and then when you put together what you like, then you're ready to grill, so ready to cook. So just be very, very at least um, polite and professional as far as when people are trying to help you. You may not like what they have to say, but say thank you very much and move on. And then when you go with the next set of officials, go ahead and see what that person has to say. The one thing that we don't want is when we have uh, officials and crew chiefs belittling our officials. I think that's absolutely wrong. I lose respect for that official, and I don't care what level of ball you're doing. If you're going to act like a jerk to our officials, then I just don't respect you. Um, I'm sorry I went off on that tangent, but I try to protect these rookies because they're the future of our association. Okay. All right. I know that is a lot of times we talk about how action kills itself on a play, and we have many times where the the play's over, but these players are still playing because they're young, and many have not played football before, so they just keep going, keep going, keep going. Well, I didn't hear a whistle, coach, or they're not looking to see if the ball's dead. So I don't care if the whistle's late. We need to help these players by, if the play's over, blow your whistle at the end. It has the players and coaches understand that, yeah, I know it's dead, but so that way some of these younger players who don't understand, they'll stop, and that's also also a form of preventive officiating. Um, I had this discussion when I was evaluating a couple of crews this week. We need to. Hey Barry, can you mute yourself? Thank you, sir. We had a coach that did not realize that after a unsuccessful field goal, that the ball comes to the 20-yard line. He thought it was like another level of ball where, well, wait a minute, it doesn't come to the spot of the kick or the where it was previously kicked. I said, no, all kicks, if they break the plane of the goal line, is an automatic touchback. We cannot allow where a uh, like an Auburn situation, Auburn, what's that? Auburn, Alabama, right? Where the kid ran it back for a touchdown. Once the ball breaks the plane, it's all done. He said, well, can I have a guy at the half-yard line? And if he catches it, a field goal, can he run it back? And it's absolutely. So if you think of field goals the same as a punt, as far as on changes of possessions and such, and when the ball's dead, it makes it a little bit easier. And then once again, some coaches are starting to understand that, well, I got a kid that can put it into the end zone every time. I have no problem kicking it to the, trying to field goal 45 yards out. They'll just put it at the 20. The advantage is, yeah, you might get 3 points. The disadvantage is, if your kid is really a good punter, you can't place the ball inside the 10. So some coaches at least are starting to find out that they're able to do that, but we need to be aware of that. And then this is important. That's why I put it for all the item 6 is the fact that if you are not able to have access to the locker room after the game, instead of putting it on our OCFOA incident report, let's put it on the CIF Southern Section incident report, because then we will have a little more teeth into having administrators do what they're supposed to do as far as on getting us safely into the locker room after a game. I As far as on the uniforms, I did have a conversation with Steve Coover, and I said this before, as far as on he's saying that we're doing a much better job. Modern Day went to Florida, and if you watch that game when they played what's Aquinas, they look sharp. And if Modern Day can go ahead and have their uniforms right, then so can everybody else. So continue to send people out as necessary. Remember that that is not a illegal equipment. It's improperly worn equipment. So send them out. It does not go as an unsportsmanlike to the coach. If they have a tinted visor, that's a different story. Then if that's the case, then that's becomes illegal equipment, and that's one of the two toward ejection for the head coach. Um, let's see. Officials now on item 1. I will show. We have some video tonight as far as on the mechanic that we're using for kickoffs, and this is for 3, 5, and 7-man mechanics. Real simple. We have to have the officials who are at the restraining line for um, kickers and receivers stay at the 9-yard mark till the referee blows his whistle, keeping everybody inside. And then once the whistle's blown, blown, you can accordion out, and then the players can spread out as well. Um, I'm hoping people understand this as far as on the school contacts because I try to keep up, but there are changes that are happening even after the school year has already started. So if something doesn't seem right as far as hey, this head coach or this athletic director is not getting a hold of me, I've tried 10 times to get a hold of them. Go to cifss.org. All the way to the right, you'll see the word about. Underneath it, you'll see directory. Click that, find the school. That has the most up to date information. They just haven't forwarded that information to me yet. Remember that tier game week 2 games are out. There are some people who haven't accepted those games yet. I will go ahead and reassign those as it comes. Um, I need an umpire for Friday, um, September 5th. All of them that I have available on Arbiter are already out. So if you are a flank position that would like to give a shot at umpire and have a chance for additional games, let me know. Or if you're a newer official and like to get a shot at that, I might go ahead and move some people around and give you a shot as an umpire. But we are short umpires. We lost 2 more this week, so um, just keep that in mind if you're not getting varsity games. Um, Remember, there is a turnback fee, whether it's you turn it back or if Arbiter says that you're available and you turn it and you decline the game. So avoid turnback fees and keep your Arbiter current. If something comes up, send me a text, pick up the phone. I'll try to work with you as best I can, but I forgot doesn't go very well for me. Um, okay, any questions as far as on the notes that I had?
No
Good.
comment. You have no comments on the chat.
Very good. Um, I do want to thank everybody as far as on being flexible on the heat. That was kind of a pain in the rear for everybody, but everybody did a tremendous job as far as on being flexible and understanding that we're able to get the games in and such. So I want to have a big thank you for you guys. Um, as a reminder, uh, we give a lot more slack to the head coach than we do to assistant coaches. If you have to get rid of an assistant coach, you have to get rid of them. Give them a shot, but if you tell a head coach, that's an unsportsmanlike directly to the head coach. I mean, I'm sorry to this particular person, um, and then just tell the coach, remind him that I could throw him out directly too. And we have to understand that that new rule on ejections for coaches, if they get ejected one time, it's a minimum of 1 game, and it could be up to 3 on a first offense. On a second offense of being ejected, this is all sports. Second offense of being ejected is an automatic 6 game suspension. So, we don't want to be liberal as far as on, yeah, you're gone too, but just understand that we have some bite that we can do. Okay.
Hey, Paul,
Yes.
question. So if we're in a situation in a game where the coaches are um, using profanity, let's just say, and do we report that on the CIF website too as well? So, meaning it's not enough for an ejection, it's an unsportsmanlike conduct. Do you want us to report those, or do you want us just to just
I think I would prefer that on our website because we don't want to be like come across I'm a tattletale. You know what, they did this and they did that and they did this and this. Oh man, now we're becoming a pain in the rear. But
No, I'm more or less saying with coaching staffs that are a little out of control with their language and
I
how they're
understand that. I understand that. But what I'm saying though is that's still an important issue for us. But I think that we can handle that in house as far as on. I always say that a paper trail always helps me tremendously. So the question is, where do we put it? Do we put it on the CIF website or do we put it on our OCFOA website? And these kind of items I prefer on the OCFOA website, and that way I can forward that to administration of the particular school. When
clear.
in doubt,
Good.
I'll say when in doubt as far as an ejection or incident, you can always call me or send me a text email, and then I will direct you as far as which way to go. But whenever there's an ejection, remember, I don't care if it's a coach, a player, or a spectator. If you throw them out, I need a report, even if you don't know the name of the person. Okie dokie. I think I want this one. I do. I first want to go over on how when we're talking about the new mechanic that we're using for kickoffs, this is exactly what we're hoping for. So we have uh, this is a 5-man game. The same thing would be on 3, other than you wouldn't have 2 on the receivers restraining line, but 3, 5, and 7, we're going to have at least one official on the receivers restraining line and the one official on the kickers restraining line. So here you have on this particular situation, the receivers are already out there. And so this official here, you can leave that spot, walk on over. Coach, we're ready for you. Coach, we need to go. You're the closest one there. That's your sideline. Go ahead and get them out there. So if you come over, get them going, that helps us because if you work with me, you understand there's a 4-letter word that I can't stand, and it's wait, W-A-I-T. I don't want to wait, just like I don't want to waste your time. Don't waste my time either. So if they're supposed to get out, get them out. So let me go ahead and start to play this. I'll turn off the, oh, I don't, you know how I lower the volume on this one? Or
Yeah,
is
you
this,
have, go ahead.
no, what do I do?
Oh, you have to minimize it and do it that way because you can't see it. It could be on then the volume. Where's the volume? I use the other Hudl. Crap. Okay.
Use
Jim,
that
how do you turn volume down?
the little gear shift thing down there might have your tools in it next to the maximize
Here,
screen.
Yeah,
Yeah, try that.
audio.
there you go.
Good. Thank you. Put this back over here. Actually, okay. Here we go. So see how this official, you over there too, you got to back up, got to back up. Great. Right here, I'm going to hit pause for a second. So instruction to the kicker, you tell him, hey, I'm leaving now. And it doesn't matter whether they're already spread out or not. As soon as you can get a hold of the kicker, whether they're in a huddle or he just comes out, this official should tell the kicker, "Hey, as soon as the referee blows his whistle, then he's starting the clock, and that's when you can kick the ball. Anytime after he blows the whistle, then you get out of there." So this official's keeping them on within the 9-yard mark. This official's keeping them within the 9-yard mark. This official is telling the kicker, as soon as you hear a whistle, go ahead and kick. And here we go. So here he's, no, you guys, you got to back up over here. Go ahead and back up. There you go. Hey, you get your knee pads down. See, you can go. You don't have to send them out. Hey, get them down. Okay, we're ready to go. He goes off to the side. He starts to back out. At the same time, we're all ready to go. There's your whistle. Back out. And we're ready to go. This is perfect. Kicks the ball. And I'll stop this for a second because as long as I have this here, I want to remind you, we don't look at the whole field when we officiate this. And like this official, you don't look at the ball in the air. This person here, I'm going to look at this as if it's 3-man mechanics, is because we have a lot of newer officials. So if we have 3-man mechanics, we have one official here, and one official deep. So if you split the field this way, right in the middle, this guy has this group, this official has this group. It's a smaller bite, smaller piece of the pie. So I want you to look at this play as if it's just um, a 3-man mechanics, and you'll see the blocks much easier, and stuff becomes bigger as far as a potential foul. I'm going to back up for a little bit here because once we're in chase mode, now everything's going this way. This official here, his attitude should be, where's the idiot? Where's the idiot that's going to do a cheap shot? And then if you think that way, they pop up very easily. And so go ahead and if you tell yourself that, those fouls turn up just as big as well. And nothing more
Paul,
than
you do
that.
have a question.
Okay.
Tony is asking, at what point do we just signal the white hat that to start the ready to play clock? We tell them 2 or 3 times and they don't come out.
Um, I would first tell you that if you're the flank official, then I would first say that especially if you have the microphones on yourselves, tell your head referee to start blowing his whistle to get him out. And then that way you as a flank official can go over and say, hey, he's blowing his whistle. He's ready to start the clock. And then that should help. And then if he still doesn't want to do it, then I mean, you want to avoid having to delay a game, but if you have to do what you have to do, I'm not going to say that it can't happen, but for the most part, most coaches will get the team out. And if you ask for help and say, Coach, you're really making this difficult for us, don't come ask me for a favor later.
Uh,
Go ahead.
Colin Nesbitt also asked a question. Once all the players go inside the numbers, they can go closer to the sideline once they establish that, correct? And that is correct. Yes,
Once
they
the
can move
whistle
out.
is blown, ready for
Once the whistle
play.
blow, they can move out, correct.
We good with that now? We had a second one as far as on the kickoff, but I think that explains it good enough. Correct? Because Troy, you saw the other clip that I was going to show.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Okay. I have 2 sheets that I'm working off of as far as what I want to go over. Like I said, I do want to talk. I do like to talk about smaller bites, and when you look at the field. So now I do want to go to. Hold on here. Okay, I talk about formations all the time as a pet peeve. And so when I first see any play, I start saying, how many backs do I have? So I see 1, I see 2, 3, 4. Now we get to the knuckleheads. And this guy's breaking the waist of the center. This guy is breaking the waist of the guard. This guy's I call him a Wendy's because he's a biggie boy with those biggie thighs, biggie fries. But as he leans forward, he's breaking the waistline of the center, even though he looks like he's back. But this is the one I'm concerned about. And because it's early in the game, I'm not saying we're throwing flags right away, but you got to get this guy's attention to get up. Because as soon as we have this play go off, okay, and this is really nothing. It's just my whole point is that here you have the first play. Now you go to the next play. And 1, 2, this guy's creeping back even more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once again, you got to talk to them, get them up, because what happens on this play? Scores. So I'm just saying that I'd rather you guys start to clean it up as soon as you can and talk to them. Because if you talk to them, they don't want to listen. You can throw a flag and bring a touchdown back. Okay, I'll go to this next play. Now, this one, it's a hit, but it's a clean hit. But now, once again, I'm going to hit pause for a second. If you take smaller bites, you got this guy looking over here, The guy over here is looking over here. On 5-man, the back is going to take this middle part, and then the um, umpire and the referee will split up this back part on the back end. So if we start to watch right here up the middle, you see a big collision. I'll just do regular speed. Remember, it's up in the middle. Boom! All you know is the guy's down,
Oh boy.
right? But it's a clean hit. And all I'm saying is, if you just see a guy on the ground, you could say, oh my gosh, that must have been a bad hit. Slow down, and you can have clean hits as well as um, fouls. But if we slow down, we'll see what we have. Here's a play that happens more often than not. So what happens here is you can see how they're blocking. Hands kind of get up into the face area, which causes the helmet to come off. So if his helmet comes off, what is he supposed to do?
Sit out the next point.
No, do nothing for one. But also understand that if his helmet comes off due to foul, he does not have to go out. So if there's a foul on number 9, if you call it that he has like either a face mask, a personal foul because he's hitting up into the face. If you deem this to be a foul for the hands up into the face mask area, then he could stay in. But watch, he decides to go make the tackle. Now that's a separate problem. What do we have now?
Illegal participation.
Legal participation. So we have a flag for sure because he goes ahead and participates. The question is, was there a foul on this guy as well?
Not, you get to have bad behavior and hurt other
Can we
people's
mute that?
feelings if your feelings are hurt because you're not communicating. She's like, I
Can we
think
mute
she
that?
heard
Hey,
it. Like,
Come
do you
on,
really
everybody,
not
mute
for you?
yourselves.
Oh, I don't care, whatever. But I'm like, then you have to put in the effort. I said, so you have
Hang
to
on, I'm going
start
to mute everybody.
next week, and
My
you have to put in
feelings.
effort with these
What
girls.
up?
I
Only
can't tell
good
who's
thing that I'm
talking.
happy about is it's Labor Day. A whole week is gonna pass.
Yeah, and no,
That's a long time.
well, it's not like they'll forget, but they also won't.
Okay, maybe like whatever.
Boy,
like
we're
she had
really
it on
enjoying
day.
hearing Greg's hype.
Because you
They're
like
all gonna have.
the
They're all gonna have.
What in the hell?
yeah. Like that doesn't mean people will like hold it.
Kids will
Come on, Troy.
They'll be over.
There's a female talking, and Greg, you got to mute yours.
Going in, it's a fresh slate, and
You have to go to the bathroom.
I'm trying to find it.
Okay.
1 second.
I can't tell who it is. Everybody's muted.
Okay, I'm muted now.
Greg's iPhone is not muted.
Greg's iPhone? Okay.
Let me try to mute it, guys. Hold on.
Hey, good job. Welcome back.
All right, here we go. Let's go back to our stuff. So once again, there's stuff to think about here because when the helmet comes off instantly, first question that you should have is how did it come off? How did it come off? So I'm going to back this up once again. Here he comes up, and it's bang bang, right? Is that fair enough to say that the hit by the receiver to the defender is bang bang? Here he comes, boom, and it just comes off. So I wouldn't deem that a foul for the receiver blocking. And here you get another. I don't think you're able to see it over here, if I recall right. Yeah, you kind of do. So he's down low and comes upward, right? Is that a fair statement? Down low, comes up, and now the helmet comes off. At first glance, and like I say, my first opinion, gut reaction is it wasn't a foul. They just went at each other. This guy's got some adrenaline and still wants to make the tackle. So his only problem is that he didn't have. He should have stopped and not participate, referee comes in, does a nice job, and has the illegal participation. And you can see they marked off further down, so it was only the one foul, not both. Okay, we need to focus. Let me go to another play here. I know it's early in the season. We got to focus on catch, inbounds, out of bounds. If you look over here, and he's got it, right? So let's take a look at the end zone shot. He's got it, right? He's got it, right? He's got it out of bounds, right? So take your time, focus. You have what you have, but that first foot has got to be inbounds. Any questions on that one? Okay.
Hey, Paul.
Yes.
Direction to the flanks on that. You got ball and feet. Which one do you take first? Which one do you take second on that particular play?
I was always told football.
So first is the foot, and then you got the catch, right? See, he's got possession.
Because if you see him, if the foot comes down, it doesn't matter what he did with the ball. And I would also tell you that if you're too close, then you're having to move your eyes too much as far as the angle. Keep that cushion as far enough. You should be able to have both in your vision and have a gut feeling as far as on does he have the ball, but you're focused on the foot. Did the foot come down? No, his foot's in, and he has the ball. Or he's got the foot out of bounds. Doesn't matter what he does with the ball. Or we also have bobbling too. So there's a lot to it. But football. Okay.
Also killing the clock, also, and not turning your back on players.
Let me go back to that. I'll go to this one first. Okay, so I'm going to stop here because what you're saying is this group here or this group over here? Out of bounds or inbounds?
The out of bounds players, it seems like he turns towards the field, turning his back on players that are out of bounds.
Okay, remember that because we're on turf, there's only a couple of fields that are on grass. We can get a quick look as far as on the yard line. And then if we get there, we're off by a yard. In our head, we know what yard line we're on. But I agree, we want to focus so that way we can talk to these players if needed. And you watch us go. And he says he kind of turns, and they're kind of separated. So I think we're okay there. But I understand what you're saying. Do it live. They're kind of separated already. Come on, guys, let's go.
Could also be killing the clock, right?
I know he gave the I got a catch signal. He could have had just the kill the clock and walk up and not having to do I got a catch. Because if he's walking up killing the clock, that's saying the same thing. Correct?
Yeah, but it's not saying kill the clock.
No, I agree. So that's what I'm saying is the preferred mechanic is you're killing the clock as you're coming up, and then you mark the spot where he's out of bounds. So instead of doing the I got a catch, you come with I killed the clock, and then you mark the spot of progress.
Right.
Yeah, on that particular play, something of note. I mean, if he deemed that the progress was stopped, it wasn't in this case, but if it was stopped in bounds, he was pushed to the sideline. If the referee is killing it in that case because he's assuming he is, then we're stopping the clock, and then we have to start it back up, right? So we want to make sure the official that's covering that play sees the action and kills the clock in that particular situation. To Jason's point.
Right. So I understand that because he went out of bounds, that we're looking at it as, okay, he's got the ball and he's out of bounds. Was he driven out? No, he took the ball out of bounds by himself on this particular play. So no matter what, you either had an incomplete pass where you're killing the clock and not having to move upfield, or you're killing the clock and you're moving up to mark the spot of where you went out of bounds. So in either case, it's better to have instead not have the catch signal. We don't have, that's not a mechanic. It's better to just kill the clock, go to the spot, and then mark first down. And then if you have where he's driven at all, then because they're close to the sideline, he should be given the wind the clock signal. And then if he made the first down, then go ahead and kill the clock. Correct?
Correct.
Okay, I saw on there was like 20 chats. Is there anything on there that I should be looking at?
No, there's a question we can answer. Barry, we'll answer that at the end. I'll help you out, Barry. But yeah, you're good.
Okay. Okay.
Actually, Jim, could you help out Barry?
Well, do you want me to talk about it, whatever it is?
No, it's
more of a access issue.
Okay. Remember how we talk about on whether you're new, season, doesn't matter. You got to know your line of scrimmage fouls, and whether it's a live ball foul, a dead ball foul. So anything that simulates the start of a play, we kill it. If it simulates the start of a play, looks like he missed the count, anything along those lines. On this particular play, if we watch this player, just watch his action and tell me, is he legal? And let me hear from everybody. What do you think? Is what he did legal? Anybody? Is this a legal play?
No, he's
No.
moving toward
Looks
the
like he
line
was-
of scrimmage.
In fact, he was leaning.
Okay. Is that live ball or dead ball?
Dead ball.
Dead.
Dead ball.
Yeah.
Okay. So the difference, because when people start talking about this exact play, this is why I like it, is I have people say, no, it's illegal motion because he's moving forward. Well, illegal motion means he's in motion, right? He's not in motion. I hope that helps people as far as on what I'm looking at. So if he's in motion and he's moving toward the line of scrimmage, that's illegal motion, and that's a live ball foul. You let it go. If he's not in motion and moves forward, he's simulating the start of the play, and that's a dead ball foul.
Hey, Paul,
Yes.
for the newer officials, the way you said that, let it go, they may think that it's not a foul.
No,
Still draw the flag
you're
or not.
right. Absolutely. Thank you for clarifying that. If he's moving toward the line of scrimmage while in motion, we are throwing our flag without killing the play. That's a live ball foul, and then we report that to the referee, and the defense has the option of taking the result of the play or going back to the previous spot, back 5 yards. Thank you very much for clearing that up, because that's a big deal. So illegal motion, illegal shift is two people moving at the same time without resetting. Those are the two biggest ones that are you're going to let the play go. At the snap, throw your flag, and then penalize, give the defense options at the end. When there are 12 players, this is different. When we have 12 players, and I call it, they're loitering, they're all set. I don't care if it's offense, defense, kill it right away. Keep in mind that I don't like free plays. No free plays. If there's a free play, there's an opportunity for a kid to get hurt on a play that you're going to replay anyway. So when there's 12 players, shut it down, administer a 5-yard substitution infraction, and move on. If you have a 12th player and he's trying to get off, and you're giving him the opportunity to get off, and he doesn't make it, I still want you to shut it down. If you're going to say that you're going to throw the flag, shut it down and make it a 5-yard penalty. This is no different than when we have a delay of game. They snap the ball, we still shut it down. I don't care if the ball snapped. Well, the ball snapped. I don't care. We have a delay of game. Same thing here. Kids running off, didn't make it. I'm going to throw a flag, shut it down. substitution infraction. Don't make it a 15-yard participation, and we move
And,
on.
and coaches will thank you for this, by the way.
If you have a kid running off, and you let the play go, and that was the 12th player, and he's off, well, I'll just say shame on you. You should be counted earlier. Or if you decide that he's close enough to the sideline, I'm just going to let it go and tell the coach, you got to get him off quicker. That's talking to the team. That's fine if he's that close. But when he's so darn on the field and the ball is going to be snapped, well, it is snapped. Shut it down. I hope there's you guys
Paul,
understand. Yes.
what about 11th player running on at the snap?
Okay. And if he's running at the snap, and he's on the off, especially on this particular play. If it's the defensive guy running onto the field, the ball is snapped, and he's on this side of the ball, kill it, kill it. This is no different than being offside, encroaching. So shut it down, no free play, and we move on. March off your penalty and move on. Good.
There's a caveat to that.
Oh, what am I
Sorry,
missing?
if that 11th player runs onto the field and participates in the play, that is a participation penalty.
If he, oh, you're talking about if the ball's already snapped and he runs on.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, now if the ball's already snapped and the 11th player runs on, that is not substitution. That's a 15-yard illegal participation penalty. And that doesn't matter whether it was, let's say they only had 9 and 2 guys running on. It's illegal participation for coming on after the ball snapped. So that part doesn't matter. Once the ball snapped, you cannot come from the sideline onto the field to play. A player goes out of bounds through the end line because wait a minute, I'm being substituted. I can't make it over here on time. I'll just go through the end line and walk around. Is that okay?
No.
Nope.
Yeah?
No.
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 Once he stops,
Go out the end zone.
yeah, once he steps into the end zone, kill it right there and call it a substitution penalty. Even if he had time to come around, shut it down, do 5 and move back and move on. Good? Okay. That was 45. Where are we at on time? We are in a good spot.
Paul, just to clarify, he has to get into the team box, right? I mean, he can't go out of the end zone on the sideline even and walk down the sideline to the team box.
If he goes through the sideline, if he makes it to the sideline and he's making his way up, I'm not going to trouble. He got off the field and let him make his way over. This is similar to like when we have an injury timeout and the medical staff get him to the sideline. We're not going to force him to get all the way to the team box. If he makes it to the sideline, if he makes it off the actually, let's give it an effort to make it over here. But if he makes it to at least over here, where I'm pointing at here, into the offensive backfields toward his own sideline, toward his own team box, I'd probably let that go. What we don't want is he's trying to get there, and it looks ugly. If it looks ugly, then we got to get him. Mm-hmm. If the play's about to go, and let's say it's this person here, and he's like, gosh, he's right there, and he's way over there. He's on the 22-yard line, and he's almost off the field, and he's there. He has nothing to do to disrupt the play. I would let that go. Good?
Yep. Coach should be calling timeout.
Yeah, you'd think so, but what we don't want is something to happen here, and you're looking over here, and you miss this guy, either a false start or something along those lines. And if you really wanted to be technical, you could sit back and say, "Well, I have offsetting penalties," but I would let that one go. Just focus on this, unless it's ugly. But if my point originally was, as soon as he goes through the end line, we shut that down. We call that a substitution infraction, and we move on.
Fair enough.
Good. Okay.
Hey, Paul, while you're looking,
I'm done looking, but go ahead. I'll wait.
Did I hear you say a guy a 12th man trying to get off the field, and he doesn't get off the field in time? Did I hear you say that's dead ball? We stopped that?
I want to make that a dead ball foul and make it a 5-yard substitution infraction instead of a 15-yard participation. Because once the ball snap, you could technically have a 5-yard live ball substitution infraction, but that still gives the offense a free play. And if I'd rather be consistent and say your guy didn't get off in time, shut it down, make it a 5-yard penalty instead of a 15-yard penalty.
Because the reason I asked, because Rule 7-4, it reads during a down or replace player or substitute who attempts unsuccessfully to leave the field and who does not participate in or affect the play constitute an illegal substitution.
Correct.
And it specifically states illegal substitution 5 yards, live ball foul.
I hear you, and yeah, you can do that. I'm telling you, yeah, that's in your back pocket. But
Okay.
I'm just telling you that if you shut it down and just not have the free play, it'll
save you.
You may let's put it this way: if you try it, you'll like it.
Okay. All right, it's a tool, is what you're telling me.
It's a tool.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay. First week of the season, but we got to focus. We got to focus. We got to focus. I'll let the play go first. He's got the ball. Right? Is he down? You got a timeout signal. Gets up and runs. Gives him a touchdown.
Oh. You run that again, Paul? Didn't look like he was down.
I hear you, but I'm going off of the signal of the official. If he's signaling timeout, he's got a timeout signal. Oh, nope. Still going. So if you're signaling timeout, blowing your whistle, and these guys stop and he runs, it's no bueno.
Did he go timeout and then go up?
Yes, watch.
Oh, God.
That's what I saw too.
Just an IW, shut it down. It's over.
You see that?
Yeah, okay.
So if you want to go, now you can see this official here, he's reacting to, as soon as he starts going with the timeout, he starts killing it too. And then he gets up and scores.
When you go frame by frame, the receiver has a knee and an elbow down on the ground before he rolls over the defender.
Yeah, I hear you. And I have had a situation where a player rolls on top of an opponent and he's down and he sees what he sees. That part I'm not going to question. My problem is that if you're gonna deem that and you have a good view, then you have that. The problem is you can't have it both ways as far as on I have him down. Oh no, I don't. So yes, from right there, I have him down, and he's looking. And he may not have the greatest view to see this side. He sees this side of the player. So, and because this official's over here, I'm just going to say, yeah, he can come in later and say, yeah, I have him down 2, or I have him down because he's got a nice view looking up here. I'm just saying that okay, he's going to start to roll over.
Line judge is killing it too. As in a few more steps, he starts.
Yeah, as soon as he sees him kill it, he starts killing it.
Right.
So here he comes killing it too. And now he's up. Everybody stops, right? Hey, I still have the ball. You do? Okay, let's give him a touchdown then, right?
You can't unring the bell.
Correct. Can't ungong the gong. Can't untoast toast.
People are asking for another view, Paul.
Sure. because I'm just that kind of guy. And I'll go slow.
Paul, mechanically, you think he's too close to the play to see?
I would tell you that he does a pretty good job because it is a long throw. So I would definitely cut him some slack as far as on, you always want to be deeper than deepest guy. So he fulfilled that part. Could he get more cushion? You could always get more cushion, but yeah, he's down
Okay,
there,
and now
right?
I see him down.
Correct.
His butt's on the ground.
And his shoulder. And now he rolls up. And you can see the referee killing it too because he sees the back judge killing it.
I think we've all been there.
Yep. So he's killing it. You're killing it, so am I.
So did the referee question, thought it was dead? Why did it keep going and they still went with the touchdown?
Don't have an answer. So, but once again, yeah, I would sit there as a crew. Here you have this flank killing because he killed. You have the referee killing because he killed. And this is before they went for the touchdown. There should have been conversation. Right?
Agreed. The line judge getting involved.
Okay, all you guys, when in doubt, start talking. I'm doing this just to clear it out because I hate to see that. Was there another play? No. So I'm right on time. I wanted to leave at least 5 minutes for any questions. Like I said, take notes because your notes are going to determine on whether you were listening or were you talking about someone's feelings hurt while this was going. And
Hey, Paul.
Yes, sir.
So I think just to reinforce, because this was in my game as well, line, and you kind of touched on it, but making sure the tackles are up on the line of scrimmage. Seeing it a lot. I will let everybody know, be mindful of punt situations where they're off the line too as well. So if you want to see one, look at the Mission Viejo game. You'll see Santa Margarita's got 6 guys in the backfield at the punt. So we got to make sure we're getting these linemen up to the line of scrimmage.
PAT
Hold on a second. So Jim, if you'd like to cue that up, because I know you can probably find.
Yeah, I got one up right now. Yep.
And then we'll go ahead and have you share your screen, and we'll go from there if you want to show it. We do have, like I say, about 5 minutes
And
left.
I made you co-host, Jim. Go ahead.
Yeah, I see that. I'm getting
okay. And someone else was talking right now. Go ahead and answer that. I'll answer that question. Who else was? Someone's.
Yeah, Paul's calling. I just was making sure that it happens a lot on PATs as well, where the tackles are way back.
Right. So understand that usually it's non-starters, non-players who are in the specialty teams for punt and extra point PATs. So we want to cut those guys a little bit of slack at least because they rarely get in, and we want to talk to the coaches as far as, coach, help me out, get them up there. Now, if they come in there with their regular people and they run a trick play out of that, that's a different story. But, you can kind of see if you got a bunch of scrawny kids up there for the first time and so I don't know where this guy came from. He must not normally play. You can probably figure that part out and go ahead and talk to them. But can
you see my screen?
We still want to talk to them no matter what.
Yeah,
okay.
I normally do that when I see it. I don't call it right away. I'll go out after the fact and talk to the coach. So you got to get those guys up, and then they usually handle it.
Yeah, tell the players, tell the coach that you told the players. And I don't care if it's the other side of the field. I know that most of you are having the O2Os, so you have the opportunity to pass the word along to the proper bench. Okay, Jim Stickney, your show right now.
Yeah, so you can see in this formation, we got both tackles. This is on a punt formation. So we got, 6 guys in the backfield. Yep. The tackles are not breaking the waistline of the center. So right. I highlighted that with yellow. So that's that's something to look for. Sometimes you don't catch it. Actually, I'll give my umpire credit. He was actually saying something about their formation too, way back there. But obviously the flank's got to pick that up.
Flanks have got to pick that up. Absolutely. And because if it's the better teams, they know better. Go ahead. Say, I'm sorry. It's like when you have big kids and little kids. You cut the little kids some slack as far as on when you have your own kids. You tell the big kids, they go, "Not fair. You're not doing it to my little brother." Well, your little brother's 4 and you're 11. Come on. So take that attitude with these players. As far as if they're that good, then they know better.
Yeah, and this is another formation. So this is offensive formation. This got cleaned up as the game went on. So the flanks did a good job of getting the coaches to clean this up. But this is definitely something you can tell when they're either in a pass play or they're going to pull, right? So if you know that they're in those type of situations, this is 3rd down and 10. So it's a long situation. That's likely when you're going to see them back up a little bit more too.
Just remember that it gets to a point where you stop talking and you just throw your flag.
Yeah.
And say, "Coach, I'm so tired of talking to you, Coach. I'm just going to throw my flag."
Yeah. The other one I'll show real quick, Paul, if you don't mind, is this is ineligible downfield was called on this play. And I don't know if you can see the top of my screen. Hopefully you can. Yeah, there you go. So one thing that we want to be mindful of, so we got to be mindful of ineligibles downfield, right? Generally speaking, we have a 2-yard expanded neutral zone, so they can go 2 yards downfield. I think we've given the buffer of, if they're not 3 or more, then we're flagging it. So anywhere between that 2 and beyond. This is a situation where the line of scrimmage actually was the 49.5-yard line. So you can see in here that we have linemen that are still within that expanded neutral zone. So we got to make sure if we're going to call this, we got it right. It's usually, because they're drifting downfield quite a ways too. So this is another example of something that we got to be mindful of. And this was a big issue last year. Saw it on a lot of clips from coaches and stuff like that of ineligibles downfield or linemen downfield. So
I'm going to cut you off just for a second because I do have one more play that's ineligible downfield.
Can I ask on the formation? This is Don Douglas. On the formation on the punt, why is that illegal? If he's got 5 men on the line of scrimmage and he's got the numbering exception, why is that illegal?
You have more than 5 in the backfield. I mean, so more than 4 in the backfield.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He had more than Don. I don't know if you heard me.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I need to share my screen again. Okay. This is for ineligibles downfield. Let's see. Hit play. So first look at this guy. Remember we talked about if you're engaged with someone at the line of scrimmage, you can go up to 2 yards and stop. Anything past that, now you're suspect of ineligible downfield. This guy here goes after the linebacker. And then see this guy, he's driven him all the way over here. And the ball's in the air. Let's see, the ball's in the air, right now, or right about now. And here you have a blocker that's 5, 6, 7 yards downfield. Got another guy 5 yards downfield. And I'll first tell you, umpire's got to have this. When the ball's away, this flank, he's got nothing to do over here other than take a look and say, well, who's downfield? Right? This guy can say, well, I'm looking over here of a potential hold, but when the guy ends up right in your back pocket, oh, excuse me, ref. On a pass play, we got to catch that. Both the umpire and that flank really need to pay attention to what we're having here.
Hey, Paul, can I chime in on that play for a sec, if you don't mind?
Can you what now?
Can I chime in for a second on how to officiate that play from the line of scrimmage? This call really should come from the backside, and what we want to do is find work as the off official in the line of scrimmage. The first thing we do is our antenna goes up when we identify the lineman that's beyond 2 yards downfield. But it's not a foul yet because the quarterback still has the ball. Even if that lineman is more than 2 yards, if he then retreats back to within 2 yards, he's still potentially an eligible downfield player. So what we do is we identify the potential lineman with a number that's downfield. We may have a foul. We then look to the passer to see if he has the ball. Remember, it's still a running play at this point. And then once the passer releases the ball and it's touched by a player beyond the line of scrimmage, then we drop our flag for IDP and eligible downfield player. But that's the process on how we go about officiating the play. We identify it primarily from the backside. We wait, let the play develop, and when the passer releases the ball, touched beyond the line of scrimmage, we drop our flag and have a number for the referee. We have an IDP number 65. Hope that helps.
Right. I said the same thing, but with fewer words. All right.
Quick question. The pass doesn't have to be touched downfield for there to be an ineligible downfield.
Correct. It can go into the side zone out of bounds and untouched, but it's a forward pass down the line. Okay. We're 2 minutes over. Thank you for your time. Hopefully this is beneficial to all of you. If you guys got stuff for me, just go ahead and send me an email, send me a text. I am, like I say, very busy as far as on, let's see, stop sharing. I am very busy as far as on with ejections, with